Hello my crafty friends, welcome to the ScrapbookPal channel. This is Sandra Beus and today we have a super cool tutorial with the Wagon Full of Fall from Spellbinders. This is a set that it comes 13 pieces and you will find pieces to build the wagon. You will find some leaves, pumpkins, two different type of pumpkins, an apple, and many other things that you will be able to build your wagon. This is an autumn fall theme. And we also are going to use the stamp set that it's called Charming Pumpkins, and this is also from Spellbinders, and you can see they're super cute pumpkins, but the sentiments are the one that I'm going to use this time. It says Happy Thanksgiving, Grateful for You, Fall Blessings. So these two coordinates very well for the theme. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Distress Oxide inks. And the colors that I'm going to use this time is called Scattered Straw, Wild Honey, and the Fire Brick. And what I'm doing is I just grab some piece of paper that I had there and I'm going to mix these colors together because these colors to me says fall, you know. And what I'm going to do is I am going to cut my my pieces here, my pumpkins. I'm going to cut some of my leaves, and you know, when it's fall, these orange colors are always in the leaves, so I like it. So don't worry about my blending right now. I wasn't very worried about it because I was gonna cut it no matter what. So I just want these three colors incorporate together. So you have different blending tools. I'm gonna link some blending tools in the description box below so you guys can see it there. So here I am, just mixing colors, mixing the orange, the reds, you know, just putting some fall colors. Now I'm also gonna do another paper and I'm gonna use other colors. This is the Master Seed. It's a very bright yellow. We're gonna use the ripe Persimmon. It's more like orangey. And also we're gonna use the Walnut stain, more brown. So once again, trying to mix all these colors together because I really want to have different tones for my leaves to make it more realistic. You can also just cut it out of just color papers and it will look very good. So that's what I did. I actually did a mix. I color my leaves and my pumpkins out of this paper that I'm using, but I also color out of just the solid color stock, cardstock. So I was looking at it and I was thinking that I still need to put some green. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go and get my green color from my Distress Oxide. Like I said, I was not worried about how I was blending. I'm not the best blender person, but I try, and the more that I use these Oxide inks, I get better. So this is the green that I use. I wrote everything in the description box below so you guys can see what colors I use and everything and all the products that I use. So here I am. I'm just gonna position all the pieces that I want to color from these pieces of papers, and there they are. I already pass it to my machine, and look how beautiful those leaves look like. It just looks so real to me. I even cut some pumpkins, and that's what I'm gonna use, and I cut it several times. I think I did maybe 5 or 6 times. Each time I cut it, and like I said, I cut it from not just the papers that I inked, but also I cut it from the solid color cardstock, and I did the same thing to my wagon. So the wagon is super easy to put together. I love to use these glue. It's the art glitter adhesive, and I love to use this one because it gives me enough time to wiggle around in case I want to reposition my pieces. But also I like the precision tip because it's very thin, so it really helps me with those thin parts that I need to glue together. So putting this wagon together, it was very easy. It wasn't nothing complicated, and the pieces are big enough to just hold it with my hand. And like I said, these metal tips from this glue, it really helps a lot, so I don't make a big of a mess. And I will even though if I will make some mess, this glue dries clear, so that also helps a lot. I ink some of the edges of the pieces just to give a little bit more dimension in my color. So I don't know if you can see the wagon has a little bit more brown in some parts than the other one, and just to give the illusion that it's more like a wood. So we are just putting the wheels together, and we are going to be ready to put the rest of the stuff on top of it. So for that, before I start putting all the pieces inside the wagon, all my leaves and my pumpkins, I need my vase. So I decided to use the MFT stencil Slimline, the Grassy Edge in the Cloud. You know me, if you see how I craft, you will see that I will always do backgrounds. I love to put the grass, I love to put the clouds. So these stencils are just a must-have in my stash for sure, because I use them all the time. So for this time, again, I use the same green that I use for my other background paper, and this is the Oxide inked peel paint, and for the clouds I'm gonna use the Tumbled glass ink. So just positioning how I want my grass to look. And like I said, I'm not the most experienced at blending, but since it's gonna be cover most of it, so as long as it looks like grassy to me, it's perfect. And it did look perfect to me. What I like about these stencils is like they have this wavy part, so you can move it around and just actually position it how you want it to be in your paper. So now here I am doing the clouds once again with these MFT stencils, which I always said it's perfect for any background that you want to create for your projects. I could have just put it in a simple just white cardstock and it would still look cute, but you know me, I like to go the extra mile and just go for it, especially if you have these handy. Why not, right? One of the things that I will tell you, please, I am that type of person that I like to see the project all done, so sometimes I make these little mistakes. And yes, since I've been using inks, of course my fingers are full of inks, so you can tell there I put the green on top of my sky, but I wasn't very worried because I added a little bit more blue, and it's always way to fix these things. So here I am, my background, it's all ready. Now we're just gonna put the wagon, and for that I want to use the 3D font micro squares. These squares are super small, they're micro size. I also use the circle, but that's gonna be to put the pumpkins and to put the apples. But for the wagon I use these micro squares that also could be into a whole line. So I'm gonna link those ones too, so for you guys to have there in your stash, because I think it's very important to have different sizes of 3D foam if you like to, to put a little bit more dimension into your projects. I also, you can see there the squares are super small, super micro size. So those ones were perfect to put around the wheels, and that's what I did. I wanted to have this kind of like a 3D effect, because remember, all the pumpkins and all the leaves that I'm gonna put is gonna be inside the wagon. So you need this space for everything to be able to lay down inside the wagon. So here I am, just trying to position in the right place where I want it to be. I wanted to put also some pumpkins in the grass, so that's why I needed to put not to center, but kind of a little bit offside there. And I don't know if you can see there, but those pumpkins, the orange ones, are the one that I cut from just the solid colors. But my leaves, I cut some greens. I got the other ones that I blend the background, the paper. So I just wanted to have variety, and like I said, I wanted to have enough to be able to fill out this wagon. So I cut several times, and I think it was worth it because I have a lot of leftovers for different projects, and like I said, it's better to have more than less, right? Just in case I needed it. So here you will see me playing around. It took me a little bit of time to actually realize how I wanted to have everything in position, but having all the pieces all done, having so many of them, it actually helped me, and it made my you know, to put everything easier. Since I put also the dimensionals or the 3D foam in the back, so also it did help me a lot to have enough space to put everything. And I don't know you, but I really wanted to put as many of my pumpkins and my leaf possibles because, you know, I think it just looks so adorable. And I also cut some apples, and of course in the red color, but also in the green. You know, you have different color of apples, and I think I even cut some yellow apples. So I'm just trying to position everything there in place. I'm gonna link everything like I said, and maybe you would like to do some shopping. I have to say that the prices that ScrapbookPal channel, the prices that the ScrapbookPal store has is very competitive. The prices are amazing, and the shipping is very fast too. So if you want to do some shopping, I think this is the better, a really good option for you guys. So here I'm putting another pumpkin that I really like the color of that pumpkin. It's kind of like a orange white with these apples. So I just wanted to position it there, and then I was going to glue it off camera. We're practically almost done. The only thing that I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab one of the sentiments, and the sentiment that I picked, it's called fall, well, it said fall blessings. So I just grab it there and I just stamp it there, and I use these 3D, you know, foams to put behind the apples and things like that. So we're practically done. I just finish it up with the 3D foam tape. This is a very big one, and I think it's I was just so happy to have this one in my stash because it's so huge, and I feel like I will never gonna run out of that. So we're just gonna put it on top of it, and we are done. I'm gonna put a picture at the end, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial as much as I did. Thank you so much, you guys, for your support and for always watching our videos and for your comments. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye bye.